Have you sat down and asked yourself what sins you have been committing lately? Do you find it difficult to pinpoint any particular sin that you have been committing? In this video, we'll be taking a look at ourselves to see what secret sins we may have been committing and how small sins may have crept into our lives. Welcome to Let Your Light So Shine. My name is Monica. Thank you so much for being here. Today I'll be talking about small sins that creep in. When we examine our lives as Christians, sometimes it can be difficult to find out what sins we are committing. However, today's passage tells us that nobody is perfect. So let's look at that passage, which is Romans 3 verses 23. Get your Bible, let's read this passage together. For all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. That's a short one. That is a familiar one in Christendom. For all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. As Christians who have decided to walk with Christ, we have made conscious efforts to walk daily without committing any sins. And many times we achieve that. But sometimes we do not realize when certain sins creep in. Sins that do not look big or do not come to the surface or do not readily come to mind when we reflect on our lives. Some of such sins can be malice, unforgiveness, bitterness, hatred. Things like that we would say, but they are not among the 10 commandments. Things that we would not ordinarily pinpoint. Things that we would say are part of our lifestyle, is part of my personality, is who I am. But these things are secret sins that creep in. And that is why this particular passage tells us, for all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. That's why the Bible tells us that nobody is perfect, that we all have one sin or the other. Sometimes it may not be what we term the big sins. It may not be the sin of murder. It may not be the sin of stealing. It may not be the sin of taking someone else's spouse. But these are sins all the same. For instance, having bitterness in your heart. When you're always bitter towards someone, maybe there is somebody that has offended you. You didn't tell the person, or you told the person and the person did not do anything to calm you down, to tell you they are sorry, to make you feel better. And the person was like dismissive towards you. You could just become bitter and resentful, and each time you see that person, you just go red. Your face just changes and you cannot be in that person's presence. You get so irritated every time you see the person. That is bitterness. That is malice. That is unforgiveness. And these two are sins. And some of these sins are sins that affect you in ways that you don't even see, in ways that you don't even realize. I came across a social media post which actually inspired this particular video. A lady was saying that she's a very nice person, she's kind, she's somebody that is always there for her friends, but that she realized that she had started developing a heart of retaliation, where she said if somebody does something to her, she would make sure that she does the same thing in a subtle way to that person. And that is revenge. And the Bible tells us that vengeance is the Lord's. So when you start carrying out vengeance on your own, you're indirectly taking matters into your hands and you are sinning against God. So these are sins that quietly creep in and you don't realize them. And when you think to yourself, am I sinning? These may not come to mind because they are not the bigger sins, because they are not the more glaring sins. They are not the sins that everybody disapproves of. We just take these ones as part of our behavior. We take this as part of our personality. We just say, it's how I'm managing, it's how I'm coping, it's how I'm relating with people because I cannot stand them. It's how I'm managing my relationships. We coin it that way. We try to dilute it. We try to dilute its effect. We try to not call it a sin, but it is a sin. Why is it a sin? A sin is anything that offends God. And besides that, these little things, this malice this unforgiveness, this anger, this resentment, this revenge actually have effects not just on you, but on the other people around you. If, for instance, you're always bitter towards someone, when the person comes around, you won't want to talk to him. You won't want to talk to her. You want to stay on your own. And sometimes, even if your lips do not say how you're feeling, your face will. Because maybe you were smiling and as soon as the person came, you just went. You see that? You see the pout? That's it. Did you see the way the eyes went from to? That's part of it. Your body language says a lot. And so that person can feel the coldness. Trust me, they can feel the coldness, so they know. They know that you don't like them. They know you don't want to be around them. They know that you're uncomfortable around them. And they know that you wish they were not in the vicinity. They know that for sure. And so how do you expect the person to react? The person is also going to be cold to you, and then it becomes a kind of silent battle, a kind of silent war that nobody is talking about. It's a vicious circle. It is you hurting instead of speaking your mind, but then carrying that malice in mind. And this other person saying, she's cold towards me, I'm going to keep my distance, I'm going to make sure that I give her aura for aura. And then it becomes a kind of bigger thing than it was. What did you have to do? All you had to do was say, hey, I spoke to you some time back when you crossed me, when you offended me. You dismissed it. You took it as nothing. You didn't see it from my point of view. But let me tell you how I feel. Let me tell you why this hurts me. Let me tell you how you offended me. And you tell them a second time. I think when you tell them a second time, they are likely going to look at the issue again and see that if you are carrying on with this matter, there probably is something there. And so they are probably going to apologize to you this second time. Because if they did not see it the first time you told them, maybe now that you are still saying it 2 weeks after, 3 days after, it means there's something there. There is substance to it. You're actually still hot. And so maybe now that they are no longer in their feelings, they can apologize to you. Why don't you give that a try instead of carrying on with this bitterness and malice in your hearts? You know, I was just thinking to myself that this malice situation is something that I do. And one thing I love about coming out here to speak to you is that even while I'm speaking to you, I'm also speaking to myself. I discovered that when you do not express yourself, or you've expressed yourself and you were dismissed, like I was saying, and your feelings never really go away, then it starts to sit in your heart and you start to feel this sting every time that person comes around. I think we really need to talk about our feelings. I think we really need to tell the person who has offended us, I'm not happy with you. I don't like the way you behaved. But I know that that can actually be very messy and it can make a bad situation worse. This is a bit complicated. Even I have not been able to resolve it. But one thing that I do is to come to God and say, Lord, I'm not happy. I'm not happy with this person. This is what he did. I spoke to him about this. This is how he's accusing me of things. This is how he is trying to gang people up against me. This is how he is trying to just gather people against me. I am so hot. And when you talk to him, he takes things out of context. He starts to spiral. He never takes accountability. I feel so hot. So what about my feelings? Because if I talk to him, he never ever accepts that he's wrong. He never apologizes. Instead, he takes it out on every other person. And then everyone is now going to blame me and say, you should have left it. But I leave it and then I have this pain in my heart. I leave it and then I have so much animosity towards him. I leave it and then the pain never goes away because it's not fixed. The problem is not yet fixed. What do I do? In fact, at that point, I don't even ask, what do I do? I just say, God, heal my heart. Heal my heart, cleanse my heart of this pain, of this animosity, of this malice, of this bitterness, because I don't want it. I don't want it. I want to have a clean heart. I want to be able to go about and not feel any kind of animosity or any kind of bitterness or any kind of anger when I see some particular people. Lord, do it. Do it and cleanse me. I can't do this on my own. I can't do this on my own. This person does not take accountability. I don't know. I'm not even willing to go and speak to him again. I have just had it. And so, Lord, because I cannot speak to him, because he will not take accountability, because he is not responsible. He's not responsible. He never admits that he's wrong. Fix me. I need my peace. I need a clean heart. I need to get rid of this bitterness. So, Lord, fix me. Cleanse my heart. Help me forget what he did. Help me forget what he said. And give me peace. Give me clarity. Give me sanity. And give me a clean heart. In Jesus Christ's holy name. Amen. That's how I go. I actually was saying that prayer genuinely because, like I said, I'm very familiar with the malice thing. I'm very familiar with having to withdraw because somebody will not take accountability. Somebody will never apologize. And so it's like hitting your head against the wall and knowing that you are always going to be worse off. You are always going to be the loser for it. And so that's why that prayer comes in handy, because you see that human being, I can't deal with that. I can't change that. And I don't want that to change my heart. I don't want that to change my disposition. I don't want that to change the way I relate or the way I see the world. And so I ask God to help me. I ask God to just come in and cleanse this heart, because I can't do this alone. I can't in my human weakness do this. I cannot let go if God does not let me let go. If he does not help me let go, I can't. This is a time of examination. This is a time of self-examination. I made a video here about how Lent is a time of reconnecting with God. Have you watched that video? Because you should. Because it is now that I am sitting down with myself, especially because I have made it a point of duty and a rare privilege to utilize the Lenten season. That's how I'm able to see that the secret sin of bitterness and malice has crept into my heart. And so I know it's time to work on it. It's time to face it squarely and to fix it. And so I'm saying to you, it may not be the big sins, but there are still small sins that creep in. So you need to examine yourself. Watch that video that I did on reconnecting with God during Lent. Watch it. It's going to help you. And like I said in that video, Lent is not just for a particular denomination. As long as you're a Christian, you should utilize the opportunity that calls for self-reflection, that calls for a pause and some time to ponder and look within. Make good use of the Lenten season, because, amen. There are many things that creep up on us and we don't even realize it. And it re-echoes what I read in today's passage, which is that for all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. They have fallen short of the glory of God. That includes you, that includes me. Let's start working on our hearts today. Let's start fixing those secret sins, those so-called small sins. Sin is sin. It doesn't have to be big to take you to hell. Heaven's the goal, right? Heaven is the goal, right? Let's start working on it now. Watch out. The Bible calls them foxes. Foxes in the grapevine. Those little things. Let's watch out for them. I hope that this message has shown you that it's not every sin that is bold, big, and obvious. They are secret sins. They are so-called tiny sins. And it's time for us to grab hold of those sins and get them out of our lives before they bloom into bigger, worse sins. If this message has blessed you, please drop a comment below. Also, if you like to watch more videos that show you that the Bible is right when it says that all have sinned and come short of the glory of God, and also tell you how you can start walking right with God, please subscribe to this channel. Simply click the subscribe button and get subscribed to this channel today. It's completely free of charge to subscribe to this channel. You don't have to pay anything. So click that subscribe button. Also, do not forget to click the notification button so you'll be notified as soon as I update. Please like this video, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching it. Also, please share this video with everyone. We are all sinners in one way or the other. Share this video so that everyone can start reassessing and re-examining themselves so that they discover what secret sins they may have been committing. Thank you for spending time with me. I have a playlist in the description of this video. Please watch each of the videos in that playlist, drop a comment on each of those videos, and tell me how they have helped you. Wherever you are, whatever you do, let your light so shine. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Please subscribe, click the notification button, like this channel, share our videos, and follow us on social media. Thank you very much.